Hey guys, what's up? RNCmusic. We have our first YouTube Q&A that I've ever done. So I have compiled the questions that you guys sent to me on Snapchat, Discord, and Instagram, and I've compiled them all onto a list, which I'll read off of the S7. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first question here we have is Kylie, and she asks who my favorite artist is. Now, I say that probably my most favorite artist of all time is Pink Floyd, as some of you may know. But I do have some other favorites like Boston and the Beatles. Um, and there's just a lot of different artists. Like, I have just basically a favorite artist for each genre. So, hopefully that answers your question. And here we have Mary asks, how did you get so swaggy? I think that's just a birth thing. I think you're just born with it. And I guess was just lucky enough to be born with the swag. So there's that. Calvin asks, when did I first start learning an instrument and which is my favorite? So the first instrument that I ever started to learn was drum set. And I learned that in the 5th grade, and I only did it for about a year. I didn't really like it very much. Because I had always wanted to play either drum set or trumpet since I was like in the 1st grade. I always wanted to play either of those two. And I got the drum set first, which I didn't really like it, so we sold it. And then my 6th grade year, we had band tryouts, and I had tried out trumpet, trombone, euphonium, and tuba. And it was for me down to trumpet and trombone, and I just told the band director whichever one works, and he put me on trumpet, and the rest is history. 5 years later, I'm still playing the trumpet. Now, part 2 of the question is, which is my favorite instrument? Now, I do play quite a few instruments. I play saxophone, guitar, trumpet, and I do dabble in the other valve instruments. But I will say that my favorite instrument to play is actually flugelhorn, which is primarily a jazz solo instrument. But I just prefer the softer and more mellow tone of the flugelhorn when the trumpets is a very bright and tinny and ear-piercing sound. The flugelhorn's a lot nicer on the ears. So there's that. Another music-related question here. Autumn Bell asks, how many songs do you know how to play on the trumpet? Right here is quite a bit of my repertoire. This white binder is jazz music, and this is concert band music. I have a bunch of other trumpet books, method books, books of songs, a marching band binder, but that is about the bulk of my main repertoire, which I can play effortlessly on the trumpet without any notice. See what else we have. Nolan asks, what is my social security number? I can't tell you that. Let's see what else we have. Quinn, he asks if I have any interest in synthesizers, and if so, do I have any equipment? Yes, I do have a little interest in synthesizers. I do not have any equipment at the moment. Only because the stuff is a little expensive, but when I do dabble in it, I do use a program called LMMS, which is basically just a virtual studio, and I use that on my desktop, and I just play around with some synthesizers and some beats and stuff. Nothing crazy. What other questions do we have? Oh, Nathan asks if I make any money at YouTube. No, the answer is no. I believe to be eligible for the YouTube Partner Program, you have to have 1,000 hours of watch time on my videos and something like 5,000 subscribers. I think those are the current requirements as of March 2021. And I don't have any of those. I think for watch hours, I think I only have... I know I have less than 100. And for subscribers, as of current, I have 57. But I'll get there one day. Just you watch. Okay, I think we are down to the two big questions now. So yeah, so Talia, these are both asked by Talia. And the first one is, do you think music education is dying faster than before, or is it starting now? Um, Here's my big take on music education. You really can't learn an instrument well without a good foundation from a person, like a real person. And that's how I was with trumpet. I got a great foundational education, and then it just kind of went from there. There's all these online programs now that you can do with, like, for example, Fender Play. You can learn guitar from videos on an app. But I believe to actually be something and be good, you have to be mentored by an instructor. And that's just my take on it. And I do believe that it is dying now, not only because of this crazy situation we are in currently where people can't be around each other. I also think it's just because out of laziness. Why would you go spend money on someone and have to go to a building and learn when you can just pay for a monthly subscription on your phone and watch videos? I don't know. I'd rather go to the building in person, but some people have other ways of learning. So yeah, I do think it is dying faster than it has been, and I think it is growing exponentially now. And she also asks, with the STEM projects rising in importance in school districts, do I think that musical arts will be valued as much as STEM given time? So I think one of the biggest issues with North American school districts is the lack of funding for the arts programs. Usually, when there's a lack of funding in the school districts, um, related arts programs are the first to go, and sports are the last. Now, this is just because of the way the school gets funding for sports programs. Those are put at a higher importance level than music. But I believe since STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, I do believe that there is a room in there for music and other performing arts. So yeah, I think given time, and with some schools, I think they will begin to realize the importance of STEM and music over athletics. Um, I mean, I sure hope that will be the case. All right, so that's it for the questions. All right, so thanks guys for participating in my short YouTube Q&A. Well, short as in it's a longer video. Thank you for participating. I really appreciate the feedback and the questions that you guys asked. Some really good questions in here. Actually, they're all really good. Even the Social Security number one. That was spot on. But yeah, thanks for participating, and I hope to do some of these in the future and just really engage with my audience because I know audience retention is helped by engaging with them and talking to your community. So thanks again, guys, and this has been RNC Music, and I am out.